Hey guys, I'm back with another video. Today we'll be doing Black Clover, Asta, the True Prince Asta. Now, I've put some work, and you guys you say you wanted Asta to have a bad backstory, so no good church for you. Anyways, which I thought was really weird because you want the church people to be bad, but it's not my problem, does it, buddy? So. Anyways, so we start off the story with a girl with white hair, and it's Noel's mom, right? Wait, guys, have you noticed Noel's mom is dummy thick? Like she's dummy thick for no reason. Like you don't even see her in the anime, but she's dummy thick. Anyways, let's get back onto what I was saying. We see Noel and Asta's mom fighting something. You can see Asta's mom using wind magic, and she has a crown on the top of her head. After that, Noel, Asta's mom tells Noel that she's pregnant. Noel's mom says congratulations and says she's pregnant too. And they kind of laugh about it. Anyways, damn, son of a bitch. Anyways, we skip forward a few years. We skip forward somewhere else. Anyways, we see a person with black hair, with short black hair, with red eyes, with a slit in the middle of the eyes, and two sharp teeth sticking out of his mouth. Well, two sharp teeth, with palish skin, with a black shirt, and two horns on the top of his head. On the other side, you see a woman with white hair, golden eyes, with red markings on her face. There you go. With a halo, not a halo, a golden crown on her head, with a white and gold dress, with three swords around her. The names of the sword is the Demon Slayer sword, the Demon Destroyer sword, and a Demon Destroyer sword, and the Demon Dweller sword. Let me see those again because I messed it up. The Demon Slayer sword, the Demon Dweller sword, and Demon Destroyer sword. And it's like when Lick had them, that's what they look like. No, that's what they look like. So yeah. Anyways, we see them talking, and they bring up the fact of their son, and well, you should know Lucifer asks her about their son, and she nods at him and tells him that he is soon finished, but I can't naturally birth him, so I'm gonna fuse him with someone else's baby. So yeah, Lucifer is kind of angry at this because he wants to have his son, but he knows that he technically can't because that person will be in the underworld and he doesn't want that. So he just leaves it at that. So then we skip forward at least 9 months. Well, 1 month. 8 months. Sorry, 8 months. You can see the first theory. The first elf coming towards Asta's mom, and Asta coming towards Asta's mom. Asta's mom sees her and gets her guard up, and the first elf told her to don't worry, or the queen of the elves, whoever you want to put it, told her to don't worry. She just come here to answer something, and Asta's mom puts her defense down and sits down. Because even if she could do something, even if she wasn't gonna fight her, she couldn't do anything, mainly because she's pregnant with Asta. So she technically couldn't do anything right now. So as the in the first elf tells the tells Asta's mom about what her plan is and what she's trying to do. Asta's mom understands where she's coming from because she wants to birth her child. She knows that she couldn't raise him by herself and couldn't raise him, so she didn't want him to be the way she was right now because he would have no friends, no contact, no one. She understands this and allows her to fuse her baby with hers, creating a whole new baby. The 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 first owl pulls out her hand and a tree and a necklace with 3 diamond insignias on it. With 3 diamond insignias in a circle is on the necklace. One was the elf insignia. One was the royal clover insignia, and the last one was the royal devil insignia. And then the first elf puts her hand out, and a black and golden orb appeared in her hand with one with with a clover in the middle. One half of the clover was red, the other half was golden. And the first elf placed it where Asta's mom womb was, and it absorbed into her womb, went into Asta. Now we time skip at least a year after that. We see Asta and at the doorstep of the church. The priest comes and takes them inside. Actually doesn't even look at Asta, and because he just hates Asta for some reason. Just this compelling feeling. It's actually the demon magic in him just compelling him not to like Asta. I never understood, right? If you were a priest, one should hate demons, but you accepted Asta. Well, they accepted Asta when he came in his demon form. I don't understand that one. But anyways, Asta was quiet and didn't really say anything. He was just there, impassive to the world. Asta had not long, but longest, shortest green, not green, damn it, white hair with one golden eye and one green eye, but it had a slit in the 2 eyes. He had a sharp teeth, 2 sharp teeth, and he was palish, but he wasn't palish. He was pale, but not pale. Understood? He had 2 red dots on the side of his neck that linked together, and he had a necklace with the insignia on it that I said earlier. Let me time skip again. We see Asta being thrown out of the no, we see Asta being beaten in the church for nothing, literally nothing. And the priest says, "Get your stuff and leave, you demon." And Asta does what he was told and just takes up his stuff and he leaves. We then see Asta go in the forest, encountering a bear, and the bear is chasing after Asta, but Asta doesn't know what to do. In spite of emotion, something appears in Asta's hand, a small dagger. Asta just feels this boost of adrenaline, and he blitzed out of sight. And next thing he knew, he was right at the side with the knife embedded into the bear's neck. But before the bear died though, it sliced Asta on the chest, and it left three. The you know like when a bear scratches you, there's three scar marks. So there's three scar marks on Asta's chest now, and Asta is balling out in pain. But then a black substance comes out of Asta and starts to heal him back to original form, but still leaving the scar. After that, Asta decides that he would start hunting. He then skinned the bear and cut off all its fur and kinda killed it and just cut off its head and started to make clothes making a fur shirt, a fur pants, and two fur wristbands and using its skin to make kind of bandage looking things. He then took the knife and put it in a holster that he also did create, which he didn't understand how he did it, but he didn't care nor mind. Asa then started to chop down some trees and put them all in a pile, getting ready to make a house. But then he thought of something. He said, then he went up to the pile of trees and then said, reconfigure it or recreate, and it recreated into a small house. So Asta decides, wait, I just created something. I recreated something. And Asta realized Asta realized that when he said reconfigure it, he had an image of what he wanted, which was a small house. Asta then decided that the more material he has, the bigger he can reconfigure something. So Asta spent 3 whole months cutting down trees and putting all in a stack. So Asta's stack of trees is about the size of a mansion, and Asta says reconfigure it, and it reconfigures into a mansion that Asta was also studying at the library. Asta then picks up some rocks and says reconfigure it, and reconfigure them into golden coins, which Asta found very cool. He then opened the door and shut it, and then gathered all the animal skin and cloth that he found and started to think about something. Asta realized that having to rebuy clothes because he teared them up or it snapped was too much of a bother. So Asta had an image. It was a long shot, but he had an image of his mind and what he wanted his clothes to do. He then took up. He gathered all the skin and said reconfigure it. All of them reconfigure the wristband. The wristbands reconfigured it into golden wristbands. The shirts that he made reconfigured it into the dark black shirt with the demon mark in the middle of the shirt. And the pants that he made, we configure it into black pants, and the bandages looking cloths turned into black cloth. Arthur then said that this would do and started and put on his new clothes, rocking a black shirt with the demon insignia mark on it with 2 golden wristbands with black bandages on his hand, with a black pants, with black shoes with white at the bottom of the shoes. Anyways, Asta then realized that he had, and then a word popped up in his mind: reconfiguration and creation magic, which is categorized as creation magic. And Asta realized that he had something called creation magic, I wonder if he could do the opposite. He then tried to atomize something or destroy something, and another word came up in his mind: disintegrate. And when Asa spoke those words and he touched the tree, or shot a dark blast at a tree, it not reconfigured, it disintegrated. Asa tried out some more magic and realized that he had something called anti-magic, where he could cancel other people's magic, absorb and negate other people's magic. He also saw that he could use something called light magic, using it to hunt down beasts and food to make food. So Asta trains a lot, because he thinks the more he trains his body, the stronger his magic gets. Which is not how magic works in Black Clover, nor does it work here, but he still does it because I need him to have a reason to train. We realize after a while that's not how his magic works, and decides he's still gonna do it because it's him. So he keeps training and he gets a lot taller. After a while, he meets a bird named and he names her Nery. He realized that Nery had a magical curse on her, and he realized that he could negate all magic and cancel it out. He then snapped his fingers, and Nery turned back into a beautiful girl around his age, with small black horns, with black wings, with a black tail, with a tip at the end of the tail. I think she had purple eyes. I don't know. I can't remember. I paid too much attention about her character. But anyways, he turned her back into her. Asked no Nery's grimoire then shined and went back to the to where the grimoires are. Nery realized that she's younger than she used to be, which is probably another side effect of her magic. Sorry. Something just went in my throat. Yo, that sound wrong. Something got. Damn it. Okay, something was. Nah, I'm not just. You understand what I'm trying to say? I'm not gonna say that because every time I think about it, it sounds wrong, so I'm not gonna say it. So now he sees Asta and kind of blushes at him because Asta is a whole ass snack, no homo, by the way. So Asta sees her and he says hi and she says hi, and Asta answers her if she wants to live with him, and Nery says that she doesn't have any other way to go, so she would live with him. Asta then, based on her clothing, she recreates some of the cloth and actually makes her dress golden and black, so to fit her more of her physique. So Nery actually likes it, and Asta goes to buy it, finds two grimoire holsters, and he gave one to Nery and configured it into a silver light, a silver holder, a silver grimoire holder, and strapped it to his side to carry his grimoire when he gets one. Nery does the same and really asks why her grimoire left her, and then she remembers that she is now Arsa's age, and realizes that she wasn't the age she was when she got her grimoire. So technically, she wasn't supposed to get her grimoire yet. She didn't realize this and says that she was too young to have a grimoire. But little does she know that was not the full reason the grimoire left. The grimoire left to evolve itself, because being in the presence of Asta's mana for so long actually made the grimoire change a little bit, evolved, and made it have newer spells that she couldn't handle. So it needed to gather its mana by itself and kind of reconfigure itself, basically. We then time skip to when Asta and Nery get their grimoires. So Asta and Nery appears at the grimoire ceremony, everyone thinking they're royals, which actually Asta is, and thanks to another subscriber that actually explained to me that Nery was a royal, well, actually is a royal, but her family thought she was too weak, so they ignored her. But guess what, nigga? Nery's magic. I'm not even gonna spoil it for you guys. I got you. 20-foot trip. I got you. Anyways, so Asta goes in and he sees Yuno, with Yuno giving him a disgusted look, and Asta just having a blank look on his face, not really caring of Yuno was there. Note, Yuno was actually the one that bullied Asta too, but here's another funny fact. Asta actually kept in contact with the three children at the orphanage. I actually supplied them with food, money, and clothes most of the time. So actually, Asta's been taking care of the two children, and he told the two children to never tell the priest, our sister Lily, that he's been helping them. And they promised to not tell them, and Asta kissed all of them on the forehead and then left. And he does it every month. And Asta's gonna give his mansion to them when he's finished with it. And once he goes to the capital, he's gonna give them the keys. And yeah. So they go out for their grimoires, and Asta gets his, and Yuno gets his 4-leaf. Yuno gets his 4-leaf, and Sekiri's grimoire comes down with a golden and purple glow. And when it touches Nery's hand, she sees that her grimoire, it looks the same but has 4 clovers, and the clover is golden now. Nery was surprised. Then Asta's come down. When Asta's came down, everything started to shake. The whole place started to shake uncontrollably, and these spirit-looking forms came out and started to bow towards Asta. And then his necklace started to go. All 3 emblems of Asta's necklace started to glow, and his necklace started to like float up. Well, not float up, but not come off Asta. It started to float, right? And Asta's wristband actually got the insignia of the 3 insignias that was on Asta's necklace came on Asta's golden wristbands. And then the grimoire, a pure golden grimoire with golden written spells in the grimoire. So the grimoire was pure gold on the outside, but on the inside it had black pages with golden writing. Exactly. And when the grimoire got right in front of us, it said, well, in a spirity type voice, said, "All hail Prince Asta." Everyone was shocked because this person was apparently a prince, and such high prince that the royal grimoire, let me hear that. Let me make sure you know about that. The royal grimoire actually fused with the anti-magic grimoire because it was gonna go to Asta anyways. So when it got there, no, let me rephrase that. The golden grimoire had 5 leaves. Then another grimoire came, a dark black grimoire with oozing anti-magic, and then it kind of fused with it. The grimoire didn't have any change, but the clovers on the grimoire changed. It gained two more clovers, making it a 6-clover grimoire. And then an angelic hand out of the butt came, and and reached out his hand, but it wasn't coming for Asta. It was pulling something towards it. Then three swords came crashing out of the walls. Well, it came out of the walls, and three swords came: the demon slayer sword, the demon dweller sword, and the demon destroyer sword. But they changed. The handles turned golden, but the blade turned pitch black. But only at the sides of the blade it became complete silver, and all of them absorbed into the grimoire. And the grimoire stopped glowing, and the entities went away, and Asta took the grimoire and put it in his grimoire, his silver grimoire holster that now had the three insignias that I told you about. The insignia for the elf, the insignia for the royal clover, and the insignia for the demon, or the royal demons. Everyone was shocked because Asta was a prince, so he was not a commoner, which everybody thought he was at the time. Well, people that were in the village that knew Asta thought he was a commoner, and Asta and the village actually treated Asta very well. So yeah, was shaking with anger to see Asta get a 6-leaf clover and actually be announced to be a prince beyond prince. Now, the royal grimoire is known to go to the person that only had royal blood. Like, there were nothing but royal blood. So there was no mishaps in their genetics where someone entered and they were not royal. It would have happened. It wouldn't have happened if it was just us just being the prince of the Clover Kingdom, but us is the prince of the elf and the demon race. To be honest, Asta's looking dripped out, but like, I have an image of him in my mind, and he's dripped out. Like, he's just one of those niggas that you don't fuck with. But I'm gonna pause this video because I take a break every few seconds because this script is kind of long and I might not pay attention too much. So this is the first part of it, right?